All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here on a Friday afternoon. We are totally excited about the fact that we've gotten word now that the Eddie will go. This will be the 10th time, only the 10th time, but we're so excited about it. And I would tell you, we have a whole bunch of speakers to give all of you the information you're looking for, but it gives me the great honor to bring in Clyde Aikau, Eddie's younger brother, to first talk about that. So I'm going to get out of the way today. And after that, I'm going to ask Ian to introduce a whole bunch of speakers. And at the end of it, if you have any other requests, need for any information, I'll be here to try to fill that in. So without any further ado, Mr. Clyde Aikau.
Thank you very much, Mayor Blangiardi. I'd like to start off with thanking the mayor and the Governor Green for all of their support. I'd like to thank everybody, especially Hawaii and Hawaii's people, for their support for the Eddie. It's been a long adventure for the family. We haven't had the event since 2016. For whatever reason, COVID, not enough swells, it goes on and on. But we've been tracking this swell for the last 3 weeks. And this is the first time that all of our forecasters, both around the world and locally, have come and agreed, and we're all on the same table on this swell. The wind conditions will be fantastic coming out of Waimea Bay Valley. The direction of our swell is gigantic, and it's coming from a westerly direction. And it's coming right into Waimea Bay. We're looking at a slow start in the morning of Sunday. Yes, the Eddie will go on Sunday. We're looking at a slow start for probably the first 2 heats, but after that, it's going to be building. And we're in the afternoon especially, we're looking at waves at 25 feet Hawaiian. On a national scale, that's 50 feet. And we may get some 30-footers, local scale, and 60-foot national scale. Again, it's been a long journey for the family. We haven't had the event for all the way back until 2016. But I just wanted to make one mention very quickly. Thank you, Waimea Falls, for all of your help, and Kokua, Manager Richard Pezzulo. Waimea Bay will have parking for the public, and they are providing a huge amount of chairs and food for the Eddie Aikau Foundation. We appreciate that. And again, thank you, everybody, for your support.
Thank you, Clyde. As everyone knows, this is obviously a very high-profile event, a very logistically challenging event. So to talk about some of those logistical challenges and the city's responses to those challenges, we're going to introduce a number of people from a number of different departments to speak today. I'd like to start off by introducing Laura Thielen, who is the director of the city's Department of Parks and Recreation.
Aloha, everyone, and welcome. The city and county is delighted to work with the Aikau family to have the Eddie Aikau surf event take place this Sunday. And we are really thrilled that so many people will be able to go out and enjoy it. Some of you folks will want to see it in person, and others are going to enjoy it from the comfort of their couch or maybe their office if you're working on Sunday. We do ask that people remember that this is not just an athletic event. This is a tribute in honor of one of our most famous lifeguards at the city and county who risked his life year after year to rescue people. And we want to ask people to please be respectful of his memory and the fact that this is also a cultural event. If you can be respectful of if you go out to the area, the residents that live in the area, people that need to get traffic to go by to do their errands or to reach their loved ones on Saturday, or Sunday to go to church. So please make sure you park in appropriate locations. Keep the road clear. When you're in the park, please use the rubbish cans. We're going to have extra porta potties and extra pumping at the comfort stations. So we'll have a lot of facilities for people. There is no concessions out there though, so we ask that people do bring their own food. And again, if you can pack your trash out with you, that would be greatly appreciated. We also ask that people engage responsibly and do not drink or do drugs or do any behavior that's going to create a safety issue for the folks that are around you. We want people to be able to enjoy the event safely and go home safely. And then for those of you who aren't fans of crowds, there will be streaming services, and we've been putting that out online so people can access the event and watch it without having to deal with the traffic or other things. So thank you for your time, and I'll turn it back to Ian.
Thank you, Laura. The organizers of the contest are expecting tens of thousands of people to head to Waimea Bay on Sunday for the contest. There are obviously not tens of thousands of parking stalls at Waimea Bay for the contest. So to talk more about public transit and public transportation on Sunday is John Nouchi, who's the Deputy Director of the city's Department of Transportation Services.
Aloha, John Nouchi, Deputy Director, City and County DTS. Anytime that we're privileged to host an Eddie contest out on the North Shore in Waimea Bay, it's a historic day. This one particularly is our first one in probably a long time, and I'm not sure if ever, that the event falls on a Sunday. So just by virtue of that, the availability of people being off on Sundays and being able to attend the Eddie is going to be far greater than any of the past we've seen in 2016 and 2011. So considering that in advance, we do anticipate that access to the very remote Waimea Bay is going to be fairly trafficked, highly congested, and difficult. So with that in mind, the city has provided extra trips in the morning, and what we'd like to do is, if anybody would like to get out to the Eddie early, we're going to be providing some very early morning services via the bus, via our Route 52, which travels from Ala Moana, and the special trips we're adding will go all the way to Waimea Bay. So those trips will depart Ala Moana Center at 4:30, 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., and 6 a.m. and travel from Ala Moana Center, stopping at all stops, including the Alapa'i Transit Center, the Kalihi Transit Center, where there is a park and ride at Middle Street. It'll go via freeway to the Mililani Park and Ride, where there's an ample amount of stalls. Pass through the Mililani Transit Center and the Wahiawa Transit Center and Park and Ride. Again, parking is available in Wahiawa at that site, and then on to Haleiwa and Waimea Bay. Following that, we will be running shuttles between Haleiwa and Weed Circle to Waimea Bay back and forth to traverse that distance. So should anyone find parking anywhere at beach parks or at any other place they can find parking on the North Shore, they can feel free to board one of those buses. Holo cards help paying with fares. Cash is still accepted. We will be running those shuttles all day and hope to help contribute to people getting to the Eddie safely. And with that in mind, we are worried about everyone getting there safely, but we are also worried about everyone getting home safely. So partnered with our state partners at the state DOT, we want everybody to have a safe and comfortable experience getting to the Eddie. It might be difficult, it might be a long ride. Just plan in advance and be ready for some traffic out there. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Traffic heading up to Waimea Bay on Sunday, as John mentioned, is expected to be a little bit of a challenge. The city is going to provide some additional resources as far as public transportation is concerned, but traffic really is a coordinated effort between the city and the state. So here to talk from the state's perspective is Jai Cunningham, representing the State Department of Transportation.